Peace. I would like whoever is listening to just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. I think that we can all benefit from taking deeper breaths. So, okay, I wanted to make this video to introduce all of the work that I've been working on, that I'm sharing now, because it requires, I feel it would help. There's very, very little distinction between internal evolution and external revolution, and working on one always seems to have an effect on the other. And so for me, researching, trying to find truth in this world was really just me trying to heal the imposed illusions and misconceptions and grief, which is all of the atrocities of the world right now and historically and so on. And it's just, there's just so much lying that needs to be adopted for that to be allowed and continue and so on. I'm gonna read a little bit from my personal statement. For my university application, which I just sent last month. Okay, so I find it was actually the realization of how the ways of the world trapped my parents and their parents and so on in the generational cycles of patriarchal trauma, which was my earliest awakening. These structures were evident to me in my many mothers' utterly inappropriate and misguided existence of powerlessness, which almost had me join them in surrendering my voice, my ability to freely feel peace. The intimacy of this despair that shrunk the women whose blood I bleed, who love harder and larger than life, and blew up emotionally confused boys into overly authoritative men, has always been my incentive for ancestral retrieval and upheaval. Having spent my entire life as the only black girl in my year group, I have learnt to transmute my outrage into courage, my genealogical grief into knowledge. The urgency of my need to feel free is what led me to do all of this studying, okay? And I think my previous YouTube video was like the first time I really delved deep into it. Afro-surrealism was so enticing and attractive and intriguing to me because it was a radicalization of creativity which can allow the artist and the viewers to ascend beyond the atrocities of this reality. Okay, so since then I have written a comparative study on Betty Saar's artwork, A Black Girl's Window, and Aubrey Williams's Chakmol, and then another artwork by Chimera Natana, who has initiated White Futurists, which is where everything is, my work is also a part of. We've organized a library full of black texts where everyone is transcendentalizing Afrocentricity for the liberation of recreational imaginations. So that's like the title of my extended essay, which looks at chrysophyly. Chrysophyly's the Holy Virgin Mary, I think the painting's called, and Toni Morrison's Beloved. It's all supposed to challenge the ways in which this world convinces us to think and behave. Nothing that is fed to us by the powers that be, is conducive to actual nourishment. So trying to find actual nourishment is inevitably going to be unconventional. There is very little distinction between the metaphorical and the metaphysical. Very, very little distinction between the metaphorical and the metaphysical. It's very difficult it's very difficult for me to express genuine truth without it coming out in heavily metaphorical or symbolic ways. Symbology has been very useful in me learning, and so it has been very useful in me explaining that knowledge. So I pray that it resonates. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I need to say more, but I don't know what else there is to say. It's just, we just need to dream of peace, because we need peace. Yeah. I don't know if this is important to say or not. I did the extended essay and the comparative study, which everything will be in the description box below this video. It's all been for school, technically. Like, it's going to be graded. There are assignments that I've been assigned for school. But as I say in my mixtape, this mind more than mine. This mind is more than mine, and so every work I'm assigned, I turn into some kind of shrine. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this introduction. I hope that it makes sense. I hope that you enjoy the work. So that's everything, I think. Have a wonderful morning, night, evening, afternoon, week, life. And yes, take lots and lots of care, please. Take lots and lots of care. It's very much needed.